Hello, my name is Allison Boyd, and the technology I chose was the sewing machine. The reason I chose the sewing machine was because it was a revolutionary invention for the time in which it was invented. There is a little bit of controversy about who actually invented it. In 1790, Thomas Saint invented it, or received a patent for it. But unfortunately, he didn't market the design very well and wasn't very successful with it. So in 1846, Ellis Howe also received a patent and is said to be an inventor. So that's a whole big controversial issue in itself. Here is my sketch. It was first invented in America, but there's some controversy around that too, because one received the patent in England and one received the patent in America. Over time, it changed. It was big, bulky, just hideous, ugly. Over time, it became small, compact. It also revolutionized the way women made clothing. Before the sewing machine was invented, women had to stitch by hand the clothing for themselves and their family, and many of them worked in factories where that's how they helped provide for their family. Later on, once this was invented, clothes became less expensive. An interesting fact about the first sewing machine was that it did 250 stitches a minute, which is a lot compared to what the women would have actually done by hand. And here is my model. And since it's around Christmas time, you can tell it's 3D. We had a bunch of extra cardboard and some school supplies laying around. Now I'm going to explain how the model would have worked at the time. This is your thread. You would have pulled the thread through the little wheel here, turned the thread. It would have come down to here, which is where the needle would poke in the fabric, and you would run the fabric through. There was a foot pedal attached to this that was how the women started and stopped it, but unfortunately I was not able to make a huge foot pedal, as it was just too much. The sewing machine for its time not only revolutionized things for women, but it did for the industries as well. Industries were now able to produce more clothing much faster than they had before. Women were able to spend more time doing other things besides making clothes. I know if I tried to make clothes for my family, we would all be in trouble. But thank you. That's my invention, the sewing machine.